had the conversation that you learned that you made the three-man roster?
Yeah, actually, I learned out here. It was during practice, our practice after the Green Bay game, and Eric came up to me and he was like, "You had a pretty good preseason." And I was like, "Yes, sir, thank you." I'm still nervous, haven't made a team yet. And then he just broke the news. He was like, "Congratulations, you've made the 53-man roster." And I was like, I thanked him. I appreciate it. I gave him a hug, and then of course when I got home, I had to tell the parents. So. That was a great experience. They started crying, but that was a nice experience. But yeah.
What were your emotions? I don't know. What was your mind like? Did you think you were probably on the team, or what was going through your head before that, I guess?
I'm hoping I'm making it, but my mindset going into it was not to get too high on it. I might make it, I might not, just so I don't I don't want to have any expectations, and. Just that was my mindset. I was like, whatever happens, happens. In the preseason, I played the best I could have played, so I left everything out there, and I was, totally fine with that. And so not knowing what the future had for me, I went into next practice, happy to just get the opportunity and show myself, and came out on the other side, 53.
When you were a kid growing up around here, did you ever envision that you could be on this team?
It was a dream. It was a dream. Every kid around here, if you're a Ravens fan, you dream to be on the Ravens. I grew up watching, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. I was watching the Super Bowl. I was coming up. I was born 2002, so after 2009 to now, I've just been watching the Ravens. I've been a fan of them, but it's been a dream. When I used to play Madden, I used to put myself at running back. So it was my dream to play running back. But now this is couldn't have. I dreamed of it, but couldn't really imagine it. So this has been an amazing experience. It's been better than I could have ever expected, and dream come true. So I got to make the most of it.
You had aspirations, I'm sure, of getting drafted.
Yeah.
And being an undrafted free agent to making the team is a big climb. How did you have to kind of reset yourself before this preseason, and how do you feel like you were able to kind of get on the track where now you're on the team?
Yeah. I had to stay level-headed. Going into the draft, I thought I was going to get drafted. Didn't really think there was a doubt about that. And so putting those expectations on myself and what was going to happen, kind of was me not being fair to myself. And so after that didn't happen, I just had to move on right away. So when I chose to come here, I knew I had to, prove myself to everybody in the league. And that's what I'm trying to do. So coming out here, we have the best secondary in the nation. And, being able to play with these guys and, really competing for a job but not trying to, play against them, really trying to learn from them. We have a lot of veterans and, we have all pros. Eddie Jackson came in later on. And, I just try to learn as much as I can from those guys. They made a great career for themselves. And so I'm just trying to figure out how to do the same for myself. Yeah.
Well, your story tells us. I've heard it. You were rattling off all these Ravens names that you look up to. What has it been like actually getting to meet them, and maybe who are some of the guys who've really taken you in?
Yeah, so it's been great. It's been a great experience. All those guys are amazing, and I've learned a lot from them. I'll say my sophomore through my senior year at Maryland, I had to kind of separate from the fandom I had being a Raven, not really knowing where I was going to be, but just. When I see those guys that I heard of with the big names, and I really meet them in person, and they're just other people, they really help me. That means the world to me. So couldn't have asked to be in a better place. A lot of times, veteran guys or older guys in the same position might shy away from helping you, trying to help just themselves and help their chances of staying on the roster. But I haven't that hasn't been the case at all here. They've been helpful 100%, and just trying to help me be the best I can be.
But what do you think your story shows other young athletes that were in your position, growing up around here, the suburbs, the city, trying to make it?
Yeah, I feel like it shows them, first of all, that dreams can come true, but I think that also shows them that, you have to put the work in. You can't, dodge it or just hope and pray for it to happen and not put any work towards it. You got to, try your hardest, and, whatever happens does happen, but I don't feel like I've never seen someone try their absolute hardest with something and not be able to accomplish it. So, that's what I did. And, sometimes you got to give up something to get another thing. If you want to get here and this is your dream, then put everything towards it, And I feel like that's what I did. And every day I try to, tell people that and show people that, especially that are, at Maryland still, my old teammates, or even at River Hill where I'm from. I still go out there for some practices and talk to the players there. So, yeah.
Beau, did you learn anything about yourself going through this process?
Learned that I was a lot mentally tougher than I thought I was, which is a great thing to find out. But I feel like everything, it wasn't the path that I thought it was going to be to go into the NFL. But I definitely feel like everything happens for a reason. I feel like this was God's plan. So, I feel like God made everything happen for a reason. And I feel like that for that reason was to make me more mentally strong and just to keep me at home mentally. And I feel like that happened. I can't, I feel it's been a great experience. Let me say that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Do you remember your first time at NC Bank Stadium?
First time. I can't remember my first time here, but I will say when I was in high school, my school did one of those halftime showcases. What's up? And at the we had at the time we had like the fastest time for the halftime thing, so that was pretty cool. So yeah. Appreciate your time. Thank you.